Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Inner Peace with Netta. I'm Netta, and on today's video, I wanted to talk about who we are as far as our inner essence. And I feel like now is the time to just transform and expand this channel about the different topics that I want to talk about and just be vulnerable and more transparent because that's the only way to be honest. And I am doing nothing but holding myself back or playing small if I don't. And I'm here to teach you. I'm not here to be fake. I'm not here to tell y'all one thing and then I'm living in a different life. Like, I'm not on that type of time at all. And I never want to give that energy out on my channel. And as I learn new things, I am, first applying it to my life to see if it worked for me. And if it doesn't, then I'm not going to really speak on it. I'm not going to speak on something that I have no knowledge of or no understanding of. That's not the type of person that I am. I'm not going to tell you to do something or try something that I've never done, unless you ask me a question about it, and I will tell you whether I know or I don't know. So I just want y'all to know, for the subscribers, thank you. Any new subscribers, like, that's how I am. Like, that's what type of time I'm on. So, yeah, that's my wave. Like, I will not tell y'all anything that I have no knowledge of. But I will tell you the intuitive guidance that I get from myself, from my inner wisdom, my inner essence, the divinity, the God within me, however you may say it or call your higher self. So today, is my Sunday fun day, which is usually a day that I just, that's my self-care day. But anyway, I was doing yoga today and I just had a lot of things going through my mind. Like, it just seems like I'm always going through a transformation. I guess I'm one of these spiritual beings, spiritual teachers that just go through stuff, and I have, these lessons to learn so that I can teach y'all. So today, it was a good day, very reflective, and I was just, tapping into some inner wisdom to get some answers, and I kept saying to myself, I don't know. It was a question. I was just like I feel like everyone at this time is making a pivot in their lives, whether the path that you on was a good path for you or whether it wasn't. Everyone is making a pivot to expand and to rise up into their calling and their path. And I don't believe that we're just here to do one thing. And maybe some people's paths it is. But I know for myself, I'm not here to just do one thing. There's many things that I'm called to do, and it's just learning to integrate them. And that rings so many bells for me, because integration in your wholeness, like, we're whole, but in our minds, it tells us something different. And that all tracks back to who you are as your inner essence. And, we are not our names. We are not our race, culture, sex. We are not our careers. We are not our religion. We are not the car we drive, the clothes we have on. We are not our spouse's spouse or someone's boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, husband, wife. We're not just someone's mother, father, grandparents, like, sister, brother. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? We're not just that. That's not who we are. We aren't our bodies. We aren't our minds. We are pure essence. We are pure divinity. And when we separate from that, that's when we go through pain and suffering. And you know, I've read that plenty of times. It resonates with my soul all the time. And I've talked about it on my podcast that, you know, it's still up. It's still all of that, you know, I don't do anymore because I focus on this channel and the blog and other things. And, you know, it just, I really wasn't talking about it. You know, I feel like I've just been scratching the surface of what I've really been wanting to talk about. But, of course, my inner essence is like, oh, you're going to do it. So I was asking the question, like, you know, where should I go? Like, what path, you know, because I'm closing up projects and creating new ones. And I was just like, I don't know. Won't you tell me? Right? And the reply was, maybe you don't want to know. So then I said it, you know, to myself, what, you know, I should talk about and what I should tell people. So my inner essence was like, exactly. Right? So that's what I wanted to say. Like, we are all, but I feel like I say this a lot. We are all one, but you are God. You are, God lives through us. Like, you aren't anyone else's God, but you're in the essence pure without your body, your mind, your race, your culture. You are God. You are God. So, you know, it's not an egotistical thing, but the thing is, for you to awaken to your inner essence and your true self, you have to walk your path and you have to awaken. Okay? It's not, but, and this is why I haven't spoken on it as much, because there's a lot of negative connotation with the word God. And I understand why. You know, that's why I say divine, universe, higher self, or however, you know, whatever your religious or spiritual background teaches you, or, you know, states, or however you say it, long story short. So all of that spiritual text is about going with him. You know, from the Bible, the Quran, the Torah. Everything is about going within, okay? It's a consciousness. It's our spirit. It's within all of us. This is why all of us is connected. But we're here to awaken to our true selves. That's what your true self is about. And this is self-realization, and then we have self-actualization, to where we have to act out and take action and fulfill our paths and our, you know, our goals and our true and our dreams that align up with our higher power or higher will. So, if you ever heard of the veil of amnesia. So, the veil of amnesia is basically, that's when we have our spiritual awakening. And we're peeling back the layers, because that's self-realization, and then we get to the God realization, or basically it can mean the same thing. But we must surrender our ego so that our higher self, our God consciousness, or Christ consciousness, as some say, we're living through that. And when we live from that, that's where we definitely are embodying the love, you know, God's love. But it's through action, love through action, and our humanness, okay? I always talk about how our spiritual growth, like our humanness is our spiritual playground. So, this is why we have our humanness, to learn these lessons to grow, to continue to peel back the layers. That's why all these isms and all this war and catastrophe and everything, it's for a reason. So the world is in perfect order because we all have soul contracts to where we said as a soul, we came here to learn certain things. We pick our parents, we pick our siblings, we pick our life. And that's a hard pill to swallow because that means you are accountable and responsible for everything, right? And I'm not talking about, yes, when you were a child. Yeah, technically, your soul. But it's not for you to take that and put that as a blame. Our life is for us. So every life lesson that we had was to build inner strength, make us stronger, and actually, whatever we didn't get as children, we are to embody the opposite now. So if you were supposed to learn about love, unconditional love, like me, forgiveness, owning your power, self-awareness, self-respect, self-reliance, just different things. Maybe in another lifetime you were wealthy or poor, and maybe you have to learn something now in this lifetime. Maybe you have to learn about responsibility, just different things, okay? You have to learn how to, like I said, own your power. Be a sovereign being, because that's what your inner essence is, sovereign. So, and whatever you lack that you were supposed to have, you're supposed to embody it and then share it with the world. So like I said, love. Say if you lacked love in your childhood from your parents, your family, friends, whatever, right? Now, that lesson that you learned, you actually have to give it to yourself, and then you have to share that with the world, and then you teach, because we're all here to serve one another. Yes, God is within all of us. Yes, we are in our essence God, but God is experiencing through us, and we're experiencing the divinity, as well, because we are one. All this stuff to where it's you, a human, then it's God. That's where the separation occurs, and this is where the problems occur. Okay? So it has nothing to do with your religion, your spirituality versus this. No, it's all different perspectives. Like, we're not supposed to be the Stepford wives at all. We're not all supposed to be the same. We're all individuals. And we're all here to experience different things and to teach us that, you know what, hey, even though we're different, we're more alike, because everyone, not even everyone, but some of us have experienced lack of love. Some of us had to, go through a lot of trauma, and some people didn't. But everyone experienced something to where we may be able to relate, and we can heal, and then we can see other different perspectives of, you know what, this is why this person does this. This is why this person may act like this and that. And so, instead of coming from a wounded place, we're coming from a place to where we are healing, or we're healed, and then we transform that. We transcend that. Instead of being in our wounds, we turn our wounds into wisdom. Okay? And it's the personal growth, it's the spiritual growth. It does not mean that you don't have to learn anything, that you won't have to build your skills, that you still aren't human. No, you still have to learn. You have to listen to that inner voice within. It's not just like you go through a spiritual awakening and you're like, dun, 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 I know my inner essence, I know who I am, and I'm going to just sit and meditate all day, or I'm going to just make everything outside of me and control everything. No, that's not how it is. It's still living inside out, and to, heal everything within you, look within you, love you, and share that. It's not about controlling things on the outside. That's what your ego would tell you. You know, so it's really about love. It's really about sharing our light after we've been through the darkness, you know. And we were supposed to go through that. So it's not about, you know, condemning now, putting negative energy on that. No, we have to think it. That's why this world has duality, you know. But we're learning in a time to where we're integrating things. And we need to be more inclusive. So we need to stop the separation. Even when we look at things outside of us, you know, everyone has this whole exclusive thing. And I don't think that is nothing wrong to have different exclusive groups. But when it comes to being inclusive, like, we need to do more of that. You know, like I said, everyone's different. Nothing wrong with that. But we're more alike than we really like to admit that we are. You know? And, you know, I don't know why I just never want to say that. Yes, we are God in our essence. Yes, you are. And, you know, we are at a time to where, you know, the feminine energy is taking over. And it's not about sex, female, but it's more about the creative flow, the nurturing, the Mother Earth, and, you know, just that nurturing, that creative energy. Just like women, we give life through our bodies. You know, we create the physical form for the soul. So us as mothers birthing humanity, we have a role and a responsibility to create inclusivity with our children and with our family, because we're all family. That's our responsibility for the next generation, and men as well, because it's not about sex or the gender roles. You know, but most of female sex, you know, we will have to take over and be inclusive, but first we have to do our own inner work to see where we are biased and where we, you know, are against certain things, or maybe playing victim roles, when we just, you know, all of us just have to own our power. And it's hard. It's hard to reprogram, or just not even reprogram, to just delete old programs and just be instead of doing, you know. But I'm gonna make a video about that as well. But yes, that's who we are as in essence. And when I first found that out, you know, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, so when you're praying to yourself, you're praying to the God within you. Whether you pray, you know, and just say it outside, but you're really speaking to your higher self, which still is advising you, because your flesh, your human self is your lowest self. So, you know, it's not about being superior and inferior to anything and anybody. It's not about waiting for something magical to come out the sky for you and to save you. No, we have to listen to our inner beings. And of course, we have one another to support each other. And that's what we need to do more of. And this is why all of us is having an awakening. Because it's like, we don't just, you're not supposed to just be following. You're supposed to lead yourself, you know. Not be a rebel without a cause, but when things happen in society and in life, question it. You have every right to question it. If it's unjust to you or anybody else, then you shouldn't even have to follow that. And that is so true. Like, if anything is unjust to you or anybody else on this earth, or anything that will harm anyone, then why are we following it? You know, it's a lot of things that go on that we just don't question. And our inner essence, that's sovereign being within us, is like, wake up, do you know who you are? And we just had so much domestication and indoctrination and stuff from other people and ourselves. And it's our responsibility to wake that up. We can't sit in a cave or be in our rooms and, meditating all day and stuff like that. No, that's good. Meditation and mindfulness, yoga, prayer, whatever everyone does as your spiritual practice, but we also have to get out there and fulfill our purpose. And I know that it can be scary. I definitely know that it can be scary, because you thinking about, oh, what is this person gonna say? Oh, I'm gonna lose these people. And it's just like, that's for a reason. That's for a reason. And your soul wants, you have to follow your soul. You have to follow that inner guidance, your inner divinity, like your inner essence. Because that's what the rebirth is about. That's how you purify yourself. You go through the purification of you losing everything that you ever thought you was, who you was, maybe everything that you had. That hitting rock bottom stuff, like, trust and believe me, I am not where, I'm still on this journey, and I have challenges and obstacles. Like, it's a process. It's a process, but would I ever go back to being, no, but I've learned a lot about myself, and I still see a lot that I have to learn. And you just have to go with the flow with life, because life is not against you, it's for you. Still have your plan. And do things that you are passionate and make your happiness a priority. Make sure you're doing what you love and you like. Like, don't be scared to pivot, because it's just like, I've been fighting to pivot, and it's just like, what for? Like, you gotta walk your talk with this one. This whole year has just been reflective and slow like molasses, and I really want to say a hot mess, but for some, yeah, but then it's not really, because some really good things has been going on and it's happening and it's changing. So actually, it's been a lot of shadow work, like shadow work individually and as a whole, as humanity. It's just coming out, and it's not the prettiest thing. And in essence, it's like, nah, y'all gonna wake up, because y'all need to know who y'all are, and for all the ones who feel like they are healers, teachers, you don't have to be into the law of attraction, and you don't have to be a specific religious person. You could be an atheist, to be honest. I truly believe that. I just feel like as long as you're being of service and you're really following your heart, your calling, or whatever you feel like is calling you from your heart, and you're listening, then do it and listen. Don't be hard-headed. Don't be hard-headed, just listen, and don't try to fit in. But that's another video I'm going to make. But that's what I wanted to make this video about. I don't know why I had like so much fear. I guess I felt like I was going to get backlash or whatever, but what am I supposed to do about that? I can't control other people. So, but yeah, that's our inner essence. That's who we are. That's who we are. And if you really act your inner essence and you really go within, do some writing and journaling. I for me, I've written it down plenty of times, and I was like, I'm not saying that on my channel, but I said it on my podcast, which I don't understand. But I guess being face to face and saying it, that's who we are. And to accept it and not know it in the mind, but we have to be it. We have to embody it, not just, oh, I'm the divine, I'm God in the essence, or no, it's not a whole ego thing. It's embodying that God is love. So really embodying that and being of service and fulfilling your purpose and your path. And it takes time to understand it, because you don't get your whole plan in front of you. And you got to pivot, and you're going to fail just like anything else. So, but ultimately, just never give up. Never. But when you get on that purpose, though, you'll know. You'll have a feeling. Sometimes you be like, nah. no, not this. But you'll just know. And some people, you know how people just out there that just create and just do what they do from the heart, because they know. They just do. They just themselves, no matter what. No matter what society want put limitations on you, or whatever limitations you put on yourself, because ultimately, if you believing in someone else's limitations in yourself, then that's on you. Just do, live from your inner essence, because that's what it's really all about. And it's not about perfection at all. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe. I love you guys. Peace.